Hello everyone, my name is Moji. You're watching a Bitcoin Bubble News channel. Our base case is $650,000, but we set that before the SEC accepted the Bitcoin ETFs. We're even more sure that our bull case of 1.5 million by 2030 is going to come true. Bitcoin is backed by the world's biggest computer network, making it the safest cryptocurrency or crypto asset out there. No one has hacked it. No one has hacked into the base layer. I don't believe any other cryptocurrency can say that. BTC quickly went over $62,000 after starting the day at $61,600 on August 23rd. This happened after Fed Chair Jerome Powell said it was time to lower interest rates. This unexpected move made people interested in Bitcoin again as a way to protect themselves from inflation and market instability. Even though these changes are good news, Bitcoin's path to new highs could be unpredictable due to regulatory hurdles and market volatility, so investors should be carefully optimistic. In line with this cautious confidence, Cathie Wood recently shared her bullish view on Bitcoin, saying that she thinks it will reach a base case of $650,000 and a bull case of $1.5 million by 2030. Even though Bitcoin can be volatile at times, she stressed how important it is in emerging countries and how much it could grow. Her ideas give buyers a good look into the future of Bitcoin and encourage them to forget about the present and focus on the asset's huge potential. Watch clips from the interview to learn more about Cathie Wood's talk. If you want to see more videos like this one, please like it, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post alerts. Have fun with the movie. But why do you think older people, like Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger, are so against Bitcoin? It looks like young people really enjoy it. Most people over 50 either don't know about it or are very skeptical. What makes you think that? I think that sometimes it's technology that makes people feel bad. It's a well-known fact that Warren Buffett won't invest in something if he doesn't understand it. And he doesn't understand most technology either. However, he did put money into IBM at the wrong time, which proved what he was saying. He didn't give up though. He did put money into Apple, which turned out to be a huge hit for him. He's not interested in technology at all though, and a lot of people pay attention to him, especially investors who look for value. Where in technology you often need to put a lot of money into it. To be able to grow in this new technology over the long term, a company has to put a lot of money into it right away so that it can make money right away. Value stocks are often what you see is what you get stocks. That means people have a little more hope in the future. If it comes to investing in tech, I might be an exception. I mean, I'm over 50 and I love tech, so maybe someone else could make an exception. But I do think there's a general unease, especially since they lived through the tech and telecom bubble and bust. And they weren't seeing it from the point of view I just gave you. That is, these seeds were planted that long ago. They were not prepared. They would have been hurt if you didn't do the study we do to find out when technologies are ready for prime time. A lot of people did get hurt back then. That's a memory then. It hurts to lose money. Some studies have shown that losing money hurts a lot more than making it. You may already know about these studies. It seemed like the risk-reward was about the same as the gain of $1 per dollar lost. It hurts twice as much to lose $1 as to gain one. Yes, the third way to think about Bitcoin. We have technology and a world money system. We're really excited about these things, a new asset class and a new asset class. This is shown well by the ARK21 shares Bitcoin ETF. We have had a lot of money coming in. I think it's because we wrote our first Bitcoin article in 2014. We've earned our stripes. We wrote our first white paper with Art Laffer on the question of whether Bitcoin could do all three jobs of money. That was in 2015. Then we wrote our second white paper, which was about Bitcoin and how it would start a new type of asset. That was in 2016. Finally, the SEC accepted a Bitcoin ETF or several Bitcoin ETFs earlier this year. So far, we don't think institutions have moved very quickly into Bitcoin. Why? It's because they need to be careful. We've been doing this for 10 years and are very used to it. If you look at BlackRock as an example, they were warning about the bad things about Bitcoin until about 3 years ago. Then there was the change, which was great. I think BlackRock has done a lot to help Bitcoin become a new type of currency, but the work isn't even half done yet. Now that the SEC has approved Bitcoin ETFs, Wood thinks there is a better chance of a bull case. Wood says that Bitcoin has hit a singularity, which means that it can't be stopped or contained. Because it is used so much in developing economies, it is an important way to protect those economies from becoming unstable. Even though Bitcoin declines can be very bad, they are getting less bad as the asset matures. As Bitcoin becomes more popular, its instability is likely to go down a lot. Wood also talked about the possible risks of quantum computers. He said that understanding the problem is half the battle and that he was confident that researchers are working on ways to protect against these threats. The good news is that Wood still has a positive view of Bitcoin, pointing out how important it is in emerging countries and how it could grow. She tells buyers to think about the long term, even though short-term volatility is possible. To learn more from Cathie Wood, let's watch more clips from the talk. What prices do you want Bitcoin to reach? This is loved by everyone. We are in print, yes, the most likely number is 650,000. But that base case was set before the SEC gave the go-ahead for Bitcoin ETFs. We are now even more sure that our wild guess of 1.5 million by 2030 is the most likely outcome. How long from now is that going to happen? What do you mean when you talk about singularity in terms of Bitcoin? It's like you can't hold it back after a while. I believe we are no longer able to run. Bitcoin can't be stopped. And China tried, but everything that was going on in China just moved elsewhere. There is no supervision. You can't choke on it. And it has spread so much and is playing such an important role, especially in emerging markets, where people lose 50% of their purchasing power and wealth very quickly, even this year, because their leaders either don't understand economics or are cheating the system. Egypt took 40% off the value of the Egyptian pound. I think it was at the start of March. In these places, it's very important to have a protection policy like Bitcoin. It's not even that Bitcoin might not go anywhere. It's that it will 20x in 5 years. Okay, you've seen that the changes are rough because it's so early and the kids are so young. It used to be 95% of the fixes. They're now closer to 75%. That's a lot. People shouldn't think it's straight up and to the right because the changes are pretty rough. They're not as bad anymore. And I think the volatility will go down a lot as more people start buying in Bitcoin. That's not to say we don't think it will go down. It's going to. There is a new type of product. There are also a lot of people who come every week because they are afraid of missing out FOMO. After losing 20%, they leave. It looks like they gave up. That gets worse and moves down. Quantum computing is one thing that people who are interested in Bitcoin are keeping an eye on. How, you ask? I always say that knowing the problem is half the battle when it comes to chances. So now coders are thinking about how to make things quantum-proof. I believe that is something important to think about, and I'm glad that the creators are doing just that. People who are upset about the Bitcoin price may soon feel better. Bitcoin buyers are getting more and more hopeful that the Federal Reserve will make interest rate cuts official at the Jackson Hole Summit coming up. At the same time, Bitcoin prices are still moving within a narrowing range, with $62,000 acting as a key resistance mark. CoinLast data shows that a new block of sell orders showed up at $61,435 and kept the price the same. People who trade on the stock market saw on the 4-hour chart that Bitcoin is trying to break through resistance at the 200-month simple moving average. It will go up to $64,000 to $65,000 if this level is closed above. In a recent post, well-known dealer Elliott said that if it gets turned down, there will be some consolidation. Cathie Wood has also talked about why some older buyers are still not sure about Bitcoin, linking it to the financial losses they suffered during the tech bubble, which made them less willing to take risks.